All right, let's talk about one of the most important artists of our time, Billie Eilish. Her story isn't just about getting famous. It's about someone who came along and completely rewrote the rules for what a superstar can be.
So here's the big question, right? How on earth does a teenager manage to pull off one of the most legendary nights in music history? To really get it, we have to start with a single, simple number.
That's it. At the 2020 Grammys, Billie won the Big Four awards all in one night. We're talking Best New Artist, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and Album of the Year. I mean, that's something that almost never happens, and it instantly put her in a league of her own. But to really understand that incredible night, we've got to go back. This isn't just about winning trophies. It's the origin story of a totally new kind of pop icon. And her story doesn't start where you'd expect. No big shot record label, no fancy, expensive recording studio. Nope. It all started in a much, much smaller space. So Billie was born in 2001, right into this super creative family of actors and musicians. She and her brother, Finneas, were homeschooled, which gave them the freedom to just create. She was in a children's chorus by 8, already working on those vocals. But the real game changer? Making music at home with her brother. In 2015, they put a song called Ocean Eyes up on SoundCloud, and it just exploded. That was the spark. And that whole DIY vibe is what bedroom pop is all about. It's literally artists writing, recording, and producing everything themselves. That raw, unfiltered approach, that became her signature. It's the core of her sound and why so many fans felt like they knew her. So from that bedroom launchpad, her career just hit escape velocity. She wasn't just a viral hit anymore. She was on her way to becoming a massive global force. And the moment it all went nuclear was 2019. This was the year she dropped her debut album, and honestly, the music world had no idea what was about to hit it. That album was an absolute monster. It shot straight to #1 on the Billboard 200, and it was full of hits, especially that weird, bass-heavy, totally inescapable single, Bad Guy. This wasn't just another album release. It was a defining cultural moment. Which brings us right back to that Grammy night. Picture this. First, she wins Best New Artist. Okay, amazing. Then, Bad Guy wins Song of the Year. Wow. Then, it wins Record of the Year, too. Unbelievable. And finally, she takes home the biggest award of the night, Album of the Year. She swept the Big Four, the youngest person ever to do it. It wasn't just a win. It was a total takeover. So, you have to ask, what was it? What was the secret sauce? It wasn't just the amazing music. It was a whole new formula for what a pop star could look and sound like. I mean, just look at how she completely ripped up the old pop star playbook. Traditional pop, it's all polished, bright, and shiny. Billie, dark, weird, and experimental. Pop vocals are usually about power and belting it out. Hers, they're whispery, almost like she's telling you a secret. And instead of just singing about love and parties, she dove headfirst into things like mental health and anxiety. The first key ingredient here is just pure authenticity. In a world where everything you see online is perfectly filtered and staged, her raw, homemade style felt incredibly real. It just cut right through all the noise. And then there's this, which might be the most important piece of the puzzle: vulnerability. She didn't just hint at darker themes in her songs, she was wide open about her own struggles. She talked openly about dealing with depression, about her Tourette syndrome diagnosis, and she championed body positivity. By doing all that, she became way more than a musician. She became a voice for an entire generation that was dealing with the exact same stuff. So that initial breakthrough was obviously historic, but her story doesn't stop there. Her impact keeps growing because she keeps evolving, constantly pushing herself into a new orbit. You can see it so clearly in her albums. Her second record, Happier Than Ever, showed off a much more mature sound, and her latest, Hit Me Hard and Soft, is getting praise for being so bold and just refusing to stick to one genre. This is an artist who is never, ever standing still. And of course, the awards have kept coming. We're talking 9 Grammys so far. And it's not just Grammys. She's also got a Golden Globe and an Academy Award for her incredible James Bond theme, No Time to Die. At the end of the day, her legacy is pretty clear. She's a global icon who completely redefined what a pop star is, with her unique vocals, her dark vibe, and that groundbreaking experimental sound. And that leaves us with one final big question. Going from a bedroom on SoundCloud to sweeping the Grammys and winning an Oscar, her journey has been absolutely revolutionary. So you have to wonder, is this the new blueprint? Has Billie Eilish permanently changed the game for what it means to be a superstar in the 21st century?